Matt Stepp, Dave Campbell's Texas Football back here at the Texas High School Coaches Association Convention here in Houston, Texas. We are in the Built with Chocolate Milk Coaches Lounge, and we are joined by the new head coach of the Rio Vista Eagles, Coach Kasey Black. Coach, appreciate you taking a few minutes to chat with us.
Whatever you want, I'm here for you.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Now you're following Cornell Thompson and Phil Danaher in the chair here. So
no pressure.
Right, you
pressure.
got to live up to the expectations and standards, right? But
yes,
you're undefeated.
Hey, undefeated. For how long? To be determined, right?
Yeah, TBD, right? That's all right. That's all right. You're undefeated right now, and we were talking. When you were at Sinton last year,
yes,
and great program down in Sinton, and I know I know you felt like you grew a lot as a coach in your time there, and you were ready for that next step to be a head coach, and you jump in at Rio Vista. When that job came open and you threw your name in the hat, what was it about Rio Vista that attracted you to that job?
It was just the location, honestly, and just the familiarity with the area, and just getting back up closer to home, because hometown is godly, and I've seen Rio Vista in the past, and the type of athletes and community and family members that town has and had in the past. It was just something that interests me, and to get my family back in that type of community, it was an opportunity that I couldn't pass up.
And how do you feel like you're getting settled in? People don't realize with coaches, they just think you guys are on the field, but you're moving your family, you're trying to get settled into a new community, you're getting your kids into new schools, if you have school-age children, that kind of thing. How do you feel? I mean, from your perspective, how has the community welcomed you and your family?
Man, that's been the biggest part. Since day one, since May 4th, since I got there. They've been very welcoming. That's been the biggest part. I mean, I felt at home as soon as I got there, and everybody's made me feel so comfortable. And it in Rio Vista, it's all of the schools are right there, and it feels like just one big home. You
can go down to elementary school and hang out there, and get. I'm sure kind of build that brand and start to make those kids want to become Eagles when they get to the high school, right?
I think that's my biggest challenge, but also the thing that you like to see. Because really from the high school to the elementary is probably 500 yards, and so it's going to be awesome for our kids to go down there to the elementary and spend time with those young kids on game days and
wear the jerseys.
Yeah. And they have somebody to look up to. I think that's huge. In bigger schools, we haven't been able to do that. But the small school, where everybody knows everybody. We've got 220 kids in the whole high school.
Yeah.
Our 8th grade class has 34 total kids.
So you're saying there's a chance that come realignment, y'all might be bumping down?
There's
possibly?
a chance. Yeah, there's a chance. And I think that would help us out tremendously.
Always better to be the big dog on the block than the little guy, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You don't want to be the smallest one.
Now, when you're new head coach, your head's spinning, you got a million things going on, everything's going a million miles per hour. So I know it's tough to get everything installed. How big has it been for UIL to give you those 2 hours a week of skill in the summer?
And it's been huge, because you get to spend that extra time of actually getting out there and working with them on not just X's and O's, but actually getting out there and being hands-on with your kids. I think that's the biggest part, and I was able to bring a guy who I've known for 10 years now, that I trust, from Athens, Craig Brown. That he's been there. Actually, he was able to come with me the day I started. So he's been there day one with me to help me out. So.
Okay. Now, you got any good James Polk stories? For those of you who don't know, James Polk, I'm a head coach at Gainesville. I went to high school with him. Casey's known him for a while. Do you have any good James Polk stories that you can share on the air?
That I can't. No, none I can share on the air. But me and James we're so close, and he's a good friend.
He's one of your mentors. He's helped you. Because he was a young head coach at one point. He's kind of helped you through this process, right?
Yes, him, James, Aubrey Sims has been huge, and then Tom Allen down in Sinton.
Guys won a few games. He's been around.
He's the reason I'm in where I'm at right now is because of Tom, and the trust that he's always had in me. I was a DB coach when he decided to make me the offensive coordinator.
You went from DB coach to offensive coordinator,
DB coach.
huh?
I went from corners coach to offensive coordinator because he trusted me, and he had full faith in what I could do.
and how much does that mean to you for a coach, a veteran coach like that, to give you that kind of responsibility? Because you're still young. I mean, you're a young guy, you know. Yeah. So
that was huge.
At a program like Sinton, it's not like Sinton was going 1-9 every year. Yeah, they were winning a lot of games.
Yeah, and I was like, Coach, you think I can do this? He was like, Kasey, no doubt, you're going to take it and run with it, and you're going to make it your own. And he's let me from day one call every play.
And having that resource when you have a question and you can send a text to those guys. How big is that?
Oh man, it's huge. I mean, I've been on the phone with James, with Aubrey, with Tom. You know, a ton. Hey, tell me about this. How do I do this? You know, how do I fill this out? You know, who do I go to do this? I mean, to have mentors like that, and then a guy like Craig Brown on my staff who I can bounce stuff off of is huge because Craig's been doing it for 25 years or something like that. So it's just, man, to have those guys around you, it's huge.
Looking ahead to 2019, your ball club, when the Eagles take the field in Week 1 in August, what kind of team? What's the personality of your ball club going to be? What kind of team do you think you guys what kind of team can fans expect to see?
We got a bunch of hard-nosed kids that aren't afraid to get their hands dirty, and from summer workout or from day one have taken what we're trying to do and run with it, and they've shown up and done everything we've asked. So they're a bunch of hard-nosed kids that want to do what's right, but also change the culture in Rio Vista. You know, they want to be the class that started
the tradition, right?
Start the tradition, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, Coach Black, before we let you go, we got the Dick's Sporting Goods Wheel of Questions here. I'm going to have you give this thing a whirl, and you got to answer truthfully and honestly. All right.
Where to eat?
Yeah. Now I don't know how many restaurants Rio Vista has. Is there anywhere in town that you'd like to grab a bite to eat at in Rio Vista? Does Rio Vista have any restaurants? Number one.
They've got a few.
Okay.
A few. Okay. They're all mom and pops.
Those are the best ones.
Yeah, there's a place called Meat and Potatoes.
Meat and Potatoes.
Meat
simple
and Potatoes.
Name.
Yes.
And is the menu simple?
It is. It is.
Okay.
It's like a barbecue actually, and they also have like a fresh grocery store in it as well, kind of fresh produce.
Okay.
It is awesome. It is.
What's your go-to order?
I'm pretty simple. It's a chopped barbecue sandwich.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm now you're a Godly guy, and in your hometown, people don't know this is one of my favorite places in the world.
Del Norte.
Del Norte Tacos is unbelievable.
Yes.
And every time I'm in Godly, I have to stop there and eat. That's a great place,
No, that place is amazing. That place, if you would have seen that, I don't know.
It's like a world-class chef from like the Rio Grande Valley running it, right?
Yeah, and that place is, it's continuing to grow. They have that live music and everything in the back right there as well. Crazy. Yeah. So that building, when I was in school, it was just a rock building, and then
was it empty?
Yeah, it was empty.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, Meat and Potatoes in Rio Vista is where I need to go.
Meat and Potatoes is the place to go.
We need to get it like the Coach Black special in there and get like chopped beef sandwich and a baked potato or something.
Yeah, I think. Hey, that's a good idea.
Let's make that happen. Coach, appreciate your time. Congratulations on the new gig, and thanks for stopping by.
Yes, sir.
Thanks.